The following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.
A slow roller, gonna be a tough play. Hunsley, bare hands on the bounce, and throw! He got him! What a play from Grayson Hunsley on the bare hand.
It's time for Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post-8 Baseball is brought to you by Comtech, True Green Chemelon, Edward Jones Financial, Overhead Door, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Jaeger, AGE, First Fidelity, and State Farm Becky Pottsba Agency.
This will be flown out by Charlie Simpson out to left field. Going back, it is gone! Charlie Simpson hits a two-run home run, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Missouri River Dentistry, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Agtegra, Farting Electric, Envirotech, and Kruger Climate Systems.
Here's a line shot out and towards left center field, diving and making the catch out in center in sun and shine. And a tip of the cap from the head coach.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Stulkin Peterson LLP, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, Gales Gas, First United Methodist Church, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, Beck Motors, and May Adam.
Gets with a fly ball to left field. That one is going back to the wall. It's out of here. A 3-run homer for Dawson Getz. And it's a 4-0 lead for the Eights.
And by American Family Insurance Brittany Schaffelbein Agency, Lamb Motors, Bank West, CHS River Plains, Faith Lutheran Church, Graham Tire, Kathy's Sunshine Properties, Venture Communications, and the American of Fort Pierre. And now, Post-8 Baseball on KCCR.
And a good afternoon as we welcome you here to Aberdeen at Fossum Field, as Post-8 will be looking for another doubleheader sweep after winning both games against Sioux Falls West yesterday. They'll be looking for 4 wins here this week before they get into the 4th of July holiday and back to the home field next week, Tuesday, when they host Rapid City Post 320. It was 20 runs on 19 hits yesterday for Post-8, winning 10-7 and 10-2 over Sioux Falls West. Now, today they take on Aberdeen and Smittys, who are 5-19 on the season. They have that 1 win so far in South Dakota games, but that came last week against that Sioux Falls West team. And so Post-8 will be looking for 2 wins here on the road, as they'll get Porter Hunsley on the mound to start things out, as he threw yesterday just 18 pitches yesterday evening in that second game, or in the first game, second game, to finish out the doubleheader sweep, and now we'll be back on the mound to start game 1 here of this doubleheader this afternoon. It is a hot doubleheader. It is a hot one here out in Aberdeen, 86 degrees right now as we get close to game time, and it will be a warm one throughout the evening as we get started at 4 o'clock here this afternoon. This is for Post-8. There is, after starting yesterday in the month of July, there's only 2 more doubleheaders, or 4 more games, 2 more days of games where they will not play South Dakota opponents. So travel to Jamestown and play Detroit Lakes and Jamestown next week Saturday, the 11th or the 12th, and then it will be the following Tuesday when they host Bismarck to close out the home portion of the regular season. But it will be just those 4 games that will not be against South Dakota opponents the rest of the way out. So they'll host Rapid City Post 320 next Tuesday, host Watertown next Friday, and then travel to Brandon Valley the following Thursday. In their final 6 South Dakota games, this being 7-8 right now, where they sit at 10-7, 14-9 overall. Although when you look at Game Changer, they're showing at 10-9. Well, they have 4 forfeit wins over Sturgis that then goes into the South Dakota standings. So they are sitting at 10-7 overall in South Dakota games and 14-9 overall in the summer. Aberdeen at 5-19. Again, they've got just that 1 win. They're trying to jump up in the standings here in the South Dakota standings, but will have to do so against a Post-8 team that thought maybe there could have been a little bit of rust yesterday when they took on Sioux Falls West after not playing for near 10 days. But they came out and scored those 20 runs on 19 hits. Yeah, there was 8 errors in the first game for Sioux Falls West, but the Eights took advantage of that and got the win and had 9 hits in Game 2 after having 10 hits in Game 1. So they hit the ball really well yesterday, and we're looking to continue that here to start out in the top of the first inning against Aberdeen. We're closing in on game time, but we will take a break. We'll come back here in 3 minutes. We'll tell you starting lineups as we get set for Post 8 and Aberdeen Smittys here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in 3 minutes.
Want technology solutions you can trust from a neighbor you know? Comtech, locally owned and serving Pierre and surrounding areas since 2009, is dedicated to keeping your home, farm, and business connected and secure. We offer a full range of services, from audio and video, security, surveillance, and networking with expert installation and support. Visit our storefront, call us at 605-224-4066, or visit our website, comtechplus.com, to experience the Comtech difference. Comtech, your local technology experts.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back, we continue to get set here for Post 8 and the Aberdeen Smitties here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. As we look at the starting lineups, first for Post 8, the visitors on the scoreboard. Carter Scheffelbein will lead things off. He's the second baseman. Dawson Getz, the left fielder, will bat second. Charlie Simpson, the catcher, batting third. Cooper Twilger, the DH, will bat fourth. Ridge Linebach, the left fielder, batting fifth. Sutton Sunshine, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Grayson Hunsley, the third baseman, batting seventh. J.J. Buckles, the first baseman, will bat eighth. And Trevor Rounds, the center fielder, is batting ninth for Post 8. Porter Hunsley is on the mound for the Eights here in game number 1. For the Aberdeen Smitties, Carson Borg, the right fielder, will lead things off, followed by Jahil Avilas, the center fielder, batting second. Ridley Waldo, the second baseman, will bat third. Jaron Foss, the pitcher, batting fourth. Lance Sifkin, the catcher, batting fifth. Jackson Lindner, the third baseman, batting sixth. Grant Pyre, the shortstop, batting seventh. Jared Klutwick, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Michael Dudenhofer, the first baseman, will round out the order. And again, Jaron Foss is on the mound for this Aberdeen Smitties ball club. As we look at Foss's numbers so far. We'll tell you once we get on the field as well. But he has thrown 15 and a third innings so far in 5 starts and 6 appearances overall, 1-3 on the season, 16 hits, 21 runs, 12 of them earned for Foss, 14 walks, 22 strikeouts. That ERA at 5.48 and whip at 1.96. Batting average against that 250 for Jaron Voss. And now for Porter Hunsley, who will be making the starts after throwing 18 pitches last night and finishing out that ball game. He's thrown 17 2/3 innings. This will only be his 2nd start, but 8th appearance overall. He's been mostly used out of the bullpen. 1-3 record, 20 hits allowed, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 13 walks, 11 strikeouts. That ERA at 3.17, the whip at 1.87, the batting average against at 294 for Porter Hunsley, who has had 3 1-2-3 innings. And I think some of that is, you look at 17 2/3 innings. Well, he has come in different innings, and in the middle of innings, he can't get a 1-2-3 innings. So some of the 17.2 and having 3 1-2-3 innings is a little bit misleading because of when he comes into the ball game. But that's a look at your starting lineups and your starting pitchers as we are getting set for first pitch between Pierre and Aberdeen Smittys. Back in 3 minutes with first pitch. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Ready to upgrade your ride this summer? At Beck Motor Company in Pierre, lease a brand new 2025 Cadillac XT5 for as low as $499 a month with only $34.99 due at signing. Or lease a stylish 2025 Chevy Trailblazer LS for as little as $299 a month with only $38.99 due at signing. Hurry, these offers won't last. Visit Beck Motor Company on the Truck Bypass today or shop online at beckmotors.com. Plus tax, title, license, WAC. See dealer for details.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Swing for the fences with a great deal from Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Whether you need a powerful truck, a fuel-efficient sedan, or a spacious SUV, they've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road and in the game. Don't strike out. Stop by today or visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, where the best deals in town are always in play.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Happy 4th of July from your friends at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. This Independence Day, we're celebrating freedom, family, and fantastic deals on the vehicles you love. From sleek sedans to powerful trucks and adventure-ready SUVs, we've got something for every road trip, parade, and fireworks show. Stop by, take a test drive, and let's make this summer one to remember. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. Proud to serve the heart of South Dakota. Happy 4th of July.
As we welcome you back, we are sent for first pitch between Post State and Aberdeen Smittys as you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Carter Shufflebein will dig in and get us set for our first game, as it is going to be Shufflebein that will dig in. First pitch will be up and away, up for ball one, as we are underway here at 4:03 this afternoon. Shufflebein gets Simpson the first three hitters against Jaron Voss as the 1-0 pitch is lined in a ground ball through the hole up the middle for a base hit. And Shufflebein will start with a base hit to get us rolling here this afternoon. And it's now Dawson Getz. Post State's picking up right where they left off with the 19 hits they had yesterday. And Shufflebein, who is hitting 280 coming into the day, is already 1 for 1. As Dawson Getz will dig in, 408 batting average. Tops of the team for Post State, other than Cooper Twilliger, second of the team, one of two guys with a 400 batting average. The first pitch is missing upstairs for ball one. And the camera angle here at Fossum Field, where the press box is not the best, so we're dealing with what we have as there's a pickoff attempt, and back in safely over at first is Shufflebein. Gets with a 408 batting average, 2 doubles, 3 triples, 13 runs driven in, which is third on the team, and one of 3 guys to have double-digit RBIs. That pitch is upstairs for a ball, and the count's 2-0. So Foss coming in has thrown around the 4th most innings overall, as that one will miss, and that's now 3-0. I mean, the biggest thing is for this Aberdeen team is going to be able to find outs on the field, and they're going to hit the ball well. They've lost a lot of close games. Now, they've only got one South Dakota win. They've lost several one-run games. This will be over the head of Getz, and it's a ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to make it first and second here with nobody out for Charlie Simpson. Simpson, who has one of the 2 home runs on the season. He hit one that was against Harrisburg last week Sunday, hitting 380 so far in the season, 3 triples. Post State has 14 triples on the season. 17 doubles, 14 triples, and 2 home runs. Right center field, down the right field line is Triples Alley. Here's a ground ball left side that's going to get through for a base hit. Schuffelbein will be rounding third. The throw coming from left field is not going to be in time. He'll score standing up, and it's a RBI single for Charlie Simpson to get the Eights on the board right away. First three have reached base. And for Charlie Simpson, that is going to be RBI. That will be RBI number 10 as he becomes the fourth man to reach double-digit RBIs in the season for Post 8. Here's Cooper Twilliger, the team leader in batting average, .420 right now in the season. Chance to make it a 2-0 ball game here early on. First pitch will miss low for ball one. After leadoff single, a 4-pitch walk, and Simpson wasted no time to get the second Eights hit. Made it 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball that'll be up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop. Throw to second for one. No chance to throw to first for the double play. As Meyer throws it to Waldo, and there's now one down. And runners are at the corners. Now for Ridge Leimbach. 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Leimbach's got the other home run for Post 8 as he digs in. .378 batting average. He's got 4 triples as well. 14 runs driven in. Sudden Sunshine, who is due up next, he's got the team lead in RBIs. First pitch swinging, ground ball down the third base line. Backhanded stop, throw coming to the plate, but it's wide of the plate, and Getz will score without a play at the plate. And it's a 2-0 lead. That's an RBI. We're going to give, really, Leimbach should get a base hit for, because the only play thinking for the third baseman and Lunder was going to be to throw it home. And so now it's a 2-0 lead for the Eights. And it's Sudden Sunshine, who had 4 RBIs in Game 2 yesterday. The team leader with runs batted in with 16 as the first pitch misses for ball one. .354 batting average for Sunshine, 2 doubles, a triple. Slugging percentage at .415. That one will miss just a bit upstairs, and the count's 2-0. And Voss, early trouble, 3 hits. All 5 guys have reached base, but he does have one out here at the top of the first. Still first and second, though. The 2-0. That'll bounce in. That's going to get to the backstop. Twilliger will easily get to third. Getting to second will be Leimbach, both standing up, and a chance for Sunshine to continue to swing a hot bat back to last game. He's got an opportunity to get his 5th and 6th RBIs in the last game in an inning, if he can get one in the outfield. Count is 3-0 here to Sunshine. Taking all the way, that one's going to get to the backstop, and it will be a wild pitch that will score a run. Believe the umpire had called it a strike, so it's a 3-1 count, but it is now a 3-0 advantage. Comes a pass ball that will make it 3-0. With one out here in the top of the first inning, 3-0 lead already for the Eights. 3-1 pitch is fouled away out of play. And now it's a full count. Full count to Sudden Sunshine. One away here in the top of the first. Ridge Leimbach stands at third. 3-2 pitch. Line shot up the middle for a base hit. Make it a 4-0 lead for the Eights here in the top of the first. 5th RBI in the last 2 games for Sudden Sunshine. And the Eights are putting the quarter in, going around the merry-go-round right now. Obviously, it's not the bases loaded, but Grayson Hunsley on the plate. Everybody has reached base in the first 6 hitters. Twilliger, the only guy that is 0 for 1 with the fielder's choice, as that first pitch will be above the head of Grayson Hunsley for ball one. A walk to Dawson Getz and a fielder's choice to Cooper Twilliger. Otherwise, everybody has got a base hit in the other 4 batters. Hunsley swings and misses. The pitch upstairs, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. J.J. Buckles, number 8 man. Trevor Rounds, the center fielder, the 9th man. Barring a double play or the next 2 guys being retired, and that will hit Grayson Hunsley. So now, barring a double play, the Eights will bat around in the inning. So first and seconds here with one away. And the catcher and Lance Sifkin will head out to talk with Jaron Foss. Around the horn defensively, Jared Klutwick is in left. Jahil Avilas, the center fielder. Carson Borg, the right fielder. Jackson Lunder, the third baseman. Grant Byer, the shortstop. Ridley Waldo, the second baseman. Michael Dudenhofer, the first baseman, as Sifkin will get back behind the plate. And J.J. Buckle swings and misses at the first pitch. That was down the middle from Jaron Foss. First and second with one out here in the top of the first and a 4 spot already for the Eights. Here's the 0-1. That one will get to the backstop. Another wild pitch. Second and third here with one away and a 1-1 count. So Sonnenschein's over at third. Hunsley at second. The infield is look like they're going to stay back. We'll concede the run for an out. Here's the 4-0, or the 1-1 in the 4-0 game. That one will be over for a strike. The count's 1-2. 4 runs and 4 hits. J.J. Buckles, .312 batting average right now. That'll bounce in. Good block there by Sifkin. Keep it in front. Makes it a 2-2 count. But keeps this a 4-0 ball game. .312 batting average, 5 of 16 so far for Buckles. He does have a double, 4 runs driven in. Primarily used as the guy throwing strikes. This will be fouled away to the right side. J.R. Mayer, the assistant coach, makes a nice play. And the count remains at 2-2. On deck, the number 9 man, Trevor Rounds. 2-2 pitch. That will bounce in. It's now a full count, 3-2. Scoring 20 runs yesterday. They're off to a pretty good start to maybe exceed that total with 4 runs here in the top of the first and still threatening. Here's a ground ball on the left side. That will bring in another run. The throw will go to first to retire Buckles, but it is an RBI ground out. And it's now a 5-0 lead here for the Eights in the top of the first inning. Sonnenschein scores, Hunsley over to third. And a 6-3 RBI ground out for J.J. Buckles, and it brings up the number 9 man in Trevor Rounds. See if they can get that other run from third in. Get a little greedy here and try and score 6 runs in the first inning. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Porter Hunsley will have a lot of help already. A lot of wiggle room to start the bottom of the first inning. A lot of run support. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a high chopper over to the second baseman, fielded by Waldo. His throw to first will be in time to retire the side. But all 9 guys come to the plate here in the top of the first as they score 5 runs on 4 hits. There are no errors and 1 man left on base. 5-0 lead for the Eights after the top of the first as Aberdeen will come to the plate. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Summer is here, and Beck Motor Company is stepping up to the plate. As a proud supporter of Legion Baseball, we're hitting it out of the park with unbeatable deals on the Chevy and Cadillac vehicles. Whether you're looking for the power of a Chevy Silverado or the luxury of a Cadillac Escalade, Beck Motor Company has the perfect ride for you. So swing by today. Take your game and your drive to the next level. Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy and Cadillac dealer. Proud to support our youth and ready to put you behind the wheel of your dream vehicle. www.beck-motors.com. 605-224-5912. Bottom of the first, 5-0 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard, as Porter Hunsley will have a lot of work and a lot of help with that 5-0 lead. As the Aberdeen Smittys lineup looks like this: Carson Borg, the right fielder, leading things off. Jahil Avilas, the center fielder, batting second. Ridley Waldo, the second baseman, will bat third. Jaron Foss, the pitcher, batting fourth. Lance Sifkin, the catcher, batting fifth. Jackson Lunder, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Grant Byer, the shortstop, batting seventh. Jared Klutwick, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Michael Dudenhofer, First baseman will bat ninth. First pitch swinging, and a chopper that will bounce foul for strike one. Here to Carson Borg. This Aberdeen team is hitting .281 overall. Carson Borg, he's hitting .319 with 3 doubles, a triple, and 6 runs driven in for the Smittys. As there's a swing to the fly ball to center field. And this will be easily grabbed by Trevor Rounds, and the first man retired. Lead off the bottom of the first, and brings up Aviles. So Aviles to the plate, .422 batting average. 2 doubles, a triple, but 27 hits in total and 64 at-bats. The highest batting average on Aberdeen's team. That one will catch the bottom of the zone for strike one from Porter Hunsley. Just has 6 runs driven in, but has scored 16 times, which is second on the team. 0-1 will miss low, and the count's 1-1. 326 down the right field line, 324 down the left field line here at Fossum Field. 1-1 pitch. That was a line shot into left center field. That will get down for a base hit in front of Leinbach. It'll be a 1-out single for Aviles. And he is the first base runner here for Aberdeen. And here is Ridley Waldo. Waldo, .321 batting average, 4 doubles, a triple, and 16 runs driven in. It is the team leader in RBIs as the number 3 man takes strike one from Porter Hunsley. And Hunsley threw yesterday in that second game, but only threw 18 pitches. Pickoff attempt and no play at first base as Aviles is back in safely. Finished off and pitched that last inning after Danberg threw 91 pitches. Hunsley threw 18 pitches, 12 for strikes, and 2 strikeouts. That one will catch the outside of the zone for a strike, and the count's 0-2. And the rising sophomore is well ahead in the count on Ridley Waldo. Lefty comes set. Hunsley delivers. That one is too high to try and tempt Waldo to swing and miss, and the count's 1-2. Looking for that high after everything was pretty low, and then that second straight was low and away. Trying to go high on it, but got too high. That one never broke, and the count's now 2-2. Nothing marked out in the outfield and center field. 367 out in right center and 380 out in left center. This will be popped up. A lot of foul territory for J.J. Buckles to get over to make the catch, and there's now 2 down. 2 away as it will bring up the pitcher, Jaron Foss. A lot of foul territory, which is a little bit more than what Heights Stadium sees. Still quite a bit of foul territory in Heights Stadium. This one a little bit more here at Fossum Field. That one just misses for ball 1. Again, 380 out in left center field, 367 in right center field in the alleys. With 324 down the left field line and 326 down the right field line. Here's a ground ball over to Hunsley at third. He will field. His throw across the diamond will retire the side. And after a 1-out single, Porter Hunsley is able to get out of the inning without any damage. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a 1 man left on base. 1 inning complete here at Fossum Field in Aberdeen. 5-0 lead for Pierre over the Smittys. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Walking together in faith, living together in faith, working together in faith, that's who we are.
Hi, this is Pastor Sam Hanschke. I hope that our athletes have an excellent and successful season. I pray that God would continue to richly bless them. I invite you to join me in praying for our athletes during the year.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
It is a 5-0 lead, American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard as we head to the top of the second. And it will be the top of the order once again here for the Eights. Carter Shufflebine, Dawson Getz, and Charlie Simpson. Anybody reaching base, it'll go to Cooper Twilliger. Shufflebine led off the ballgame with a single, came around to score on the RBI single from Charlie Simpson, as they had 4 RBIs in that first inning for the Eights. One other run came in on a wild pitch. As here is Shufflebine, the first pitch to him will be at the knees for strike one. As Foss will try and regather and reset here at the top of the second. The Eights off to a really good start with a 5-0 advantage. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll catch the bottom of the zone, and it's quickly 0-2 here to Shufflebine. Mentioned that Shufflebine hitting .280, does have a double at the lone extra base hit, 14 of 50 so far, 8 runs driven in. Here's the 0-2. That'll miss upstairs, and the count is 1-2 here to Shufflebine. Again, the Eights will play here today. They'll be off for the rest of the weekend, and then next week they will have 3 days of games. Here's the 1-2. That'll be upstairs. The count's 2-2. They will host Rapid City Post 320 on Tuesday. And then they will host Watertown on Friday afternoon. And then we'll travel to Jamestown and face Detroit Lakes, a part of a triangular, on Saturday next week, as that'll be fouled away by Shufflebine. And then they get in the final week of the regular season after that. So we're down, after today, we're going to be down to just 2 full weeks of the regular season for the Eights. That will start next week. And then the playoffs 3 weeks from, could be 3 weeks from today. Here's a line shot down the left field line. That will be just foul. Had to land foul by maybe not even a full foot, maybe 6 inches foul down the left field line. That one was labeled for at least a double. And of course, where we are in the press box, hard to see with the camera where that ball is going to. Here's a 2-2. That'll get to the backstop and missing outside the zone. The count's now 3-2 here to Shufflebine. The leadoff man here in the top of the second inning. Also leadoff man in the batting order as the Eights and all 9 guys come to the plate. 3-2 pitch. That one is floated in towards left field. Backing up will be the left fielder, and Kluchuk will retire Shufflebine to lead things off here in the top of the second. And now brings up Dawson Getz. Getz drew a walk between Getz walking, Huntley getting hit by a pitch. Twilliger grounded into a fielder's choice. And then Rounds also grounded out. Buckles grounded out as well, but he had an RBI. So the productive out for Buckles, even though he's 0 for 1. Here's the first pitch to Getz. That one's down the middle for a strike. So he's seen his first strike after a 4-pitch walk in the top of the first inning. Foss, who works from the stretch without anybody on base, 0-1 pitch. That one's lined into left field. That one's going to get over the head of the left fielder and down for extra bases. Getz will get his way to second. They will hold him up there, and it's going to be a double for Dawson Getz. 6th hit of the ball game for the Eights. Pitch that was up in the zone. Getz was able to go above the zone. Be able to shoot that into left field and over the head of Klutwick, and it's a first extra base hit of the game for the Eights, and now it's Charlie Simpson who is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Man in square position here with 1 out for the Eights, trying to extend their 5-0 lead. That pitch will be outside for ball 1. Simpson, .380 batting average. Now he's 20 for 51 overall. And got his 10th RBI. Here's a line shot to left. That will land in front of the left fielder in Klutwick. Getz will stop at third right on the base. And it's a 2 for 2 start to the day for Charlie Simpson. First and third now with 1 away. And now it's Cooper Twilliger. It will courtesy run for Simpson. It's going to be Braden Houlette, I believe. Yeah, it will be Houlette that will run for Charlie Simpson, the catcher. Pickoff attempt. Wondering if we'll see Houlette maybe get the starting game too. Not sure. Maybe he is eligible. There's a lot of guys that are eligible to pitch other than J.J. Buchholz and Will Danberg. Houlette takes off. That pitch was low and away. The throw, that will be in front of the front of second base. It was cut off by Waldo, and Getson read that one well, so he was not taking off with the throw. And a stolen base for Houlette makes it second and third here with a 1-0 count and one out in the top of the second. Foss will throw that one outside. The count's 2-0 here to Twilliger, who grounded into a fielder's choice and then ended up scoring. What a base hit could make this a touchdown lead for the Eights. 2-0 pitch. This will be fouled away on the right side. And the count is now 2-1 here to Twilliger. Foss will come set from the stretch. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a line shot into center field. Aviles will track it down, make the catch. Both runners will tag. One will come in to score. Houlette will stop at third. It's an RBI sac fly for the Eights. And it's now a 6-0 lead here in the top of the second. Good job by Aviles to track it down, but it does turn into a sac fly RBI. 2 away. An extra run here for Post 8, and still one standing over at third as Ridge Leinbach, who had an RBI single, is back to the plate. First pitch, that will bounce and get to the backstop, and Houlette will come in to score to make it 7-0. So both hits have scored here in the inning, and a 7-0 advantage here in the top of the second for Post 8s. And a 1-0 count here to Ridge Leinbach, who will hit now with the bases empty. 7 runs, 7 hits so far for Pierre. That'll be at the top of the zone for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Leinbach, we will see how much, if at all, he'll throw before we get to the playoffs. Again, he dealt with that arm injury last year that had him out from the third start of the spring all the way through the rest of the summer. And still trying to get back all the way back. There's a swing and a miss, and it's a strike for a 2-2 count. And it was an off-speed pitch that had fooled Leinbach so much that he swung in a circle and dropped his bat. The count's now 2-2. Foss delivers a 2-2 pitch. Leinbach will line that to left, right to the left fielder, though, and Klutschwick to make the catch and retire the side here in the top of the second. But another 2-run score on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left in the inning. 7-0 lead for the Eights over Aberdeen. And back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto in Pierre has been hitting home runs for over 100 years, delivering quality vehicles and top-notch service to our community. Whether you need a rugged truck, a dependable SUV, or a fuel-efficient car, we've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road. Proud sponsor of this season's baseball action, we're here to help you drive home a great deal. Stop by today or visit WagnerAuto.com. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
It is the bottom of the second and a 7-0 lead in the American Family Insurance Printing Shuffle by scoreboard for the Pierre Post 8. As Lance Sifkin, Jackson Lundner, and Grant Beyer with 6, 7, and 8 make that 5, 6, and 7, due up to start this bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch to Sifkin. That'll bounce in for ball 1. Sifkin so far, 323 batting average. Does have one extra base hit, 5 runs driven in 65 at-bats. That will miss low. Dropped below the zone before it crossed the plate, and the count's 2-0. Here to the Smittys catcher, wearing their red jerseys. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-1. Red jerseys with the black numbers, the white pants. Post State wearing all whites with the green hats. Here's the 2-1. That will catch the bottom of the zone. And the count's now 2-2. Maybe it looked like maybe it crossed the plate a little too low, but it does cross at the knees, and the count's 2-2 here to Sifkin. That'll bounce in, and the count runs full to the leadoff man here in the bottom of the second. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Eights, no runs, 1 hit, and no runs for Aberdeen here in the bottom of the second inning. 3-2. And Sifkin will throw the bats as he fouls it away. Lost the grip of it. Got a piece, got it fouled it away. The bat went all the way down to third base. So we saw Rich Leinbach lose his bat on a wild swing, and then Sifkin got a piece of it and lost the bat. Not wearing any batting gloves is Sifkin. 3-2 pitch again. This will be fouled away. Staying alive for another time is Sifkin. There remains a full count to the leadoff man in the bottom of the second. Hunsley looking to retire Sifkin. 3-2 pitch. There's a ground ball over to Hunsley at third. Grayson Hunsley, that is. The throw is low, but caught by Buckholz, and the leadoff man retired to kick off the bottom of the second.
We'll bring up the third baseman, number 13, Jackson Ladner.
So now here is Jackson Ladner, the third baseman. Ladner, 239 batting average, 4 doubles, a triple, and has 2 of the 5 home runs with 14 runs driven in. That is third on the team. Only Cogley and Waldo have more RBIs, as that one's at the top of the zone for strike 1. Grant Byer, who is on deck, he also has 2 home runs. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. And then Foss, who, the pitcher, number 4 man in the batting average, has the other home run. 0-2 pitch. That'll miss low. Not getting Ladner to fish at it. The count goes to now 1-2. Porter Hunsley from the windup, 1-2 pitch. This will be popped up just into left field. Dawson Getz going back. He'll call for it. He'll make the catch in front of Leinbach. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the second. And we'll bring up the number 7 man in Grant Byer.
Number 5, Grant Byer.
Byer, 257 batting average, 5 doubles, 10 runs driven in. And they have 4 guys with 10-plus RBIs. He is that 4th of those 4, as the first pitch will miss low for ball 1. Comparison, Post State just got their 4th and 5th guys into double-digit in RBIs. As this will be grounded over to Getz at short. His throw to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Porter Hunsley. And the Eights have a 7-0 lead at the end of 2 innings. We head to the top of the third. Back in a minute on KCCR here and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
It is the top of the third and a 7-0 lead of American Family Insurance. Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. It is 6, 7, and 8. Sutton, Sunshine, Grayson Hunsley, and J.J. Buckles. The second time through the order right now here for the Eights, as they have a 7-0 advantage, scoring 5 runs in the first. Another 2 here in the top of the second. Now getting into the top of the third. Sutton Sunshine had an RBI single back at the top of the first inning. He had 4 in game 2 yesterday. Picked up his 5th in 2 games in his first at bat here in game 1 of this doubleheader. As the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Sunshine. Both states team batting average at .315. They're slugging .412. The OPS at .838. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be upstairs, and the count's 1-1. And they've gone through their spurts of, just as every team kind of goes through maybe a midseason lull of not being able to score runs. And really, overall, it's been few and far between of having that happen. This will be a popped foul. That should get out of play, and it will. It hit the top of the bleachers, and it will bounce all the way back into foul territory. The count's now 1-2. So 1-2 count here with the leadoff man, Sutton Sunshine, in the top of the third inning. Foss delivers the 1-2. Sunshine will pop this one up on the infield. Foss is calling for it, and he will make the catch, and the pitcher will retire. Sutton Sunshine on a pop-up, and there's one down here at the top of the third inning. And now here's Grayson Hunsley, who was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. He's the only guy that was left on base so far. So 7 runs in 2 innings and only 1 man left on base. Pretty efficient for the Eights. First pitch swinging. Hunsley will shoot that to center field, but Aviles is controlling out there, and the lefty grabs it, and there's 2 quickly down here in the top of the third inning. And we'll bring up J.J. Buckles, who had the RBI ground outs in his first at-bat. Buckles picked up his 5th RBI with that RBI ground out. I mentioned that Simpson, in his first at-bat, picked up his 10th RBI. Twilliger on the RBI sac fly also picked up his 10th RBI, so there's now 5 with 10+. That was swinging a foul off the mask of Sifkin, and the count's now 1-1. Hunsley with that 1-2-3 inning, really good job through the first 2, especially when crooked numbers put up by Pierre. It's easy to give up maybe 1 to 2 runs. When you have that wiggle room, and after having that big inning, to get that shutdown inning, and really both the first and the second, really puts the pressure on Aberdeen, as that one will miss low for a ball, and the count's now 2-2. And the A's got to keep the foot on the gas right now. I know we're in the top of the third inning and you're up 7-0, but can't slow down or cruise to the win. Have to find a way to continue to score runs, put up multiple runs an inning, and come away with potentially a 10-run rule win in game number 1. This will be fouled away by Buckles, and he stays alive with a full count. And 2 outs and nobody on, as Foss is trying for a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the third. 3-2 pitch. That'll be upstairs for ball 4, and Buckles does draw the walk to extend the inning to Trevor Rounds, the number 9 man in the batting order. Grounded out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. So Trevor Rounds, .238 batting average coming into the day. Does have a triple, 3 runs driven in. First pitch swinging off the plate. Going to be a tough play for the third baseman, who will feel on the bounce, and bobbled, and no chance to make a throw. That will be ruled a base hit. And it'll be the 8th hit of the ball game, and it's now first and second. I don't know if, even if Ladner had fielded that completely clean, if he was going to get Rounds over at first. So now it's Carter Shufflebein with first and second. Back to the top of the order. Third time now going through the order. Shufflebein with a ground ball, be up the middle, be fielded by the shortstop as a Beyer will flip to Waldo, and that will retire the side. Here in the top of the third inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third, 7-0 lead for Pierre over Aberdeen Smittys. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Are you a farmer in the Highmore area? Do you need a trusted partner for your grain and agronomy needs? Look no further than AgTegra. AgTegra is built on a legacy of farmer-owned cooperatives, providing superior service and relentless innovation for generations. We're committed to your success and the safety of our employees and members. For your grain needs, call Chance Scott at 605-846-1099. And for all your agronomy needs, reach out to Cole Hamlin at 605-871-9572. AgTegra. Growing together for generations.
It is the bottom of the third. And a 7-0 lead. American Family Insurance. Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. 8-9-1. Jared Klutwick and Michael Dudenhofer, followed by Carson Borg to the top of the order. Klutwick 233 batting average, 2 doubles, 3 runs driven in so far in 38 plate appearances. The lefty digs in and takes the first pitch high and maybe a little bit outside as well for ball 1. 8-9-1 here in the bottom of the third inning as they get through the first time through the order. Here's a ground ball right to Buckles, who will easily step on the bag to retire Klutwick for the first out. And 1 away here in the bottom of the third. Now here's Michael Dudenhofer. Just 160 batting average so far for Dudenhofer. He does have a double in his 4 hits and does have an RBI in the 31 plate appearances that he has. His number 9 man waits on the first pitch and will take it low for ball 1. Porter Hunsley so far just 1 hit given up in 2 and a third inning. That one's over for a strike, and the count is even at a ball and a strike to Dudenhofer. Just his second start of the season overall. He's 8 appearances, 6 in relief, and just the second start that he's had. And he is, I don't know if there's anybody else that has had more high leverage situations or just tough situations that Porter Hunsley has been in over anybody else this year. That'll be fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. And obviously, you know, you've seen Ridge Lineback throw against some of the best teams. Well, Danberg has thrown from usually the game 2 starter, as that'll miss low, and the count's 2-2. Well, when Hunsley has come into the ball game at different times, he has had to face post 22 in the 7th inning to try and keep the ball game tied, which he did. This will be flown out into center field, backing up his rounds. He'll camp underneath it and retire Dudenhofer. And there's now 2 down as it goes back to the top of the order for Carson Borg. It was 0 for 1 with a fly out 2 rounds to open up the bottom of the first inning. But he's had a lot of high leverage situations. He had got out of a jam in the bottom of the 7th against post 22 on a Friday night in Rapid City. And this will be a popped up shallow center field, long run, and will drop in for a base hit. A little bloop single for Carson Borg. And that'll be the second hit of the ball game for Aberdeen Smittys. And now here's Aviles to the plate. Aviles has the only other hit for Aberdeen. He's 1 for 1. He was stranded after a 1-out single in the bottom of the first inning. Pickoff attempts and back in safely as that time Hunsley stepped off. The lefty, you find different ways to pick off guys as a lefty. Pick up that right leg and step over to first. You can be quick to the plate to keep them contained over at first base, or you can step off at a quick snap throw. As that first pitch missed to Aviles for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss outside. And the count's now 2-0 here to Jahil Vilas. Trying to work around a 2-out single. The 2-0 pitch. That one will catch the outside corner of the plate, and the count's 2-1. The Eights will have 2, 3, and 4 in the top of the fourth after having the first 0 of the ball game. 2-1 pitch. That will miss low, and it's now a 3-1 count. Good hitters count here for Aviles. Has 3 extra base hits, but again, hitting over 420 on the season coming into the doubleheader. 3-1 pitch. That will miss for ball 4, and that'll be the first walk issued by Hunsley. And first and second now with 2 away. And Charlie Simpson will work his way out to have a conversation with Porter Hunsley to go over science. It's the first time we've seen a man reach second base for Aberdeen today. And Ridley Waldo, who popped out in foul territory to the first baseman, Buckles in the bottom of the first, will come back to the plate with an RBI opportunity. Hunsley so far in the season, runners in scoring position, they're hitting a total of 281 against him. As the first pitch is at the top of the zone for strike 1 to Waldo. Oh, 1 count to Ridley Waldo, who is 0 for 1. The pitch from Hunsley. That will catch the zone. The count's 0-2. An opportunity to get out of this inning here quickly for Porter Hunsley. First and second with 2 away here in the bottom of the third. A 7-0 lead for the Eights. The 0-2 pitch from Hunsley. That'll be fouled away by Waldo, and we'll do it again. This is the spot for Aberdeen to get on the board. In fact, I know there's 2 outs, but you had the first 2 guys reach base now in the batting order. Number 3 man in the batting order. The team leader in RBIs in Waldo. 0-2 pitch. That one just misses. Maybe a little bit too high, maybe outside as well. And the count goes now 1-2. Not a bad spot to miss, though, if you're Porter Hunsley. Trying to get Waldo to chase or at least pop it up. 1-2. That'll miss upstairs. And now it's from 0-2 to 2-2. The Deuces are wild here in the bottom of the third. 2 on and 2 out, and a 2-2 pitch from Porter Hunsley to Ridley Waldo. Hunsley delivers. This will be off the hands, popped up behind the third base bag. Grayson Hunsley will make the easy catch and retire the side here in the bottom of the third. Hunsley does a good job getting out of the 2-out jam. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Head to the top of the fourth, it is a 7-0 lead for Post State over Aberdeen. Back in a minute, you're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
When you're in town for the big game, why not stay where the view is just as great as the action? American and Fort Pierce sits right on the river, offering beautiful scenery, relaxing comfort, and easy access to the ballpark. After a day at the Diamond, there's nothing better than unwinding by the water, and the American always hits it out of the park. Stay by the river. Stay in comfort. Call 605-223-2358 to book your room today. American, where the river meets relaxation.
Top of the fourth, 7-0 lead for the Eights over Aberdeen. 2, 3, and 4. Dawson Guest, Charlie Simpson, and Cooper Twilliger. He might reach his base. Ridge Leimbach gets 1 for 1. He walked in the first, doubled in the second. Has scored twice so far. As the leadoff man digs in. Number 2 man in the batting order, to start the top of the fourth inning. First pitch swinging, popped up, foul, and that will get out of play. And the count is 0-1 here to Dawson Getz. First of two games here this afternoon, almost into the evening. And then we'll have games next week, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday for you here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This will be foul down the right field line. It will slice away. Landed in play, but it is foul, and the count's now 0-2. Oh-2 count here to Getz. Both pitches have been fouled away to the right side, not getting around on the fastballs. No activity out in the left field bullpen for Aberdeen. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That will bounce in. The count goes now 1-2. Not really much wind to talk about here at Fossum Field, as it counts now 2-2. Nothing like what we saw last Sunday. Not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before, about 10 days ago, whenever Pierre was in Harrisburg, and it was blowing straight out, and it was blowing from behind the press box as a 2-2 pitch is grounded over to the third baseman on a high chopper. Ladner will throw to first, and can't staying on the bag and making the catch to the first baseman, Dudenhofer, so it will be the first error of the game from Aberdeen. And the leadoff man is on. That one stretching as far as he could was Dudenhofer, but it just bounced off his glove. And that will be an error that will be charged to the third baseman and Ladner. And now here is Charlie Simpson. But the wind was so bad and so strong, the wind was coming from behind the press box. The crown mic was hanging out in front of the press box, and it was still picking up all the wind that was blowing through. But that one's over for strike one. Usually if you shelter yourself in from some wind, you're not going to really feel anything. It's going to be blowing in towards the press box, but it was blowing out, and it was still picking up on the crowd mic. Runner takes off. That throw to second. It will not be in time as the pitch missed outside for a ball. And a stolen base for Dawson Getz. So the count goes now 1-1, and Simpson's got a runner in scoring position. He is 2 for 2 with an RBI, trying to go 3 for 3 with his second run driven in. With nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the 1-1. That will miss outside, and the count's 2-1 here to Simpson. 2 singles for Simpson, 21 hits now on the year. 5 extra base hits, 10 runs driven in. There's a line shot that's going to get through the left side for a base hit. They will hold Getz over at third, and it's now first and third with nobody out here at the top of the fourth inning. And it brings up Cooper Twilliger, 3 for 3 now for Charlie Simpson. As Braden Houlette will come in and run for Simpson, courtesy runner. First and third, nobody out. Cooper Twilliger, who is 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice and a sac fly RBI. He scored on the one time that he reached base. That pickoff attempt, no tag applied, as Houlette will dive back in safely. Now he takes off with the pitch. The pitch is high. The throw to second. It will be a stolen base for Houlette as they let the ball go through. Getz did not take off to try and score, but Houlette's got another stolen base as the counts, I think 0-1 they say. Is the first pitch was over for a strike. 0-1 pitch here to Twilliger. It'll be a ground ball left side, fielded by the third baseman. The throw to first will be in time, and Twilliger has a ground out RBI to make it an 8-0 lead, and there's still a runner on at second with 1 away. So the second time that Twilliger has used a productive out for the Eights, 5-3 on the ground out. 2 RBIs for Twilliger here in game one, and an 8-0 advantage, and it's now Ridge Leinbach, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. First pitch over for strike one. Leinbach flew out to the left fielder. His counterpart, Klutwick, in the top of the second, to end that second inning. Still runner on at second here with one out in the top of the fourth inning. 0-1 pitch is upstairs and the count's 1-1. The Eights, if they can score 2 more runs over the next 2 outs plus the fifth inning and keep Aberdeen from scoring, they'll win a 10-run rule shortened game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll miss low and the count's 2-1. Eight runs on 9 hits now for the Eights. 1 error for Aberdeen. Unearned run against Foss in this inning. This one's off the handle, flown right out to right field. The catch will be made, and there will be no tag from Hulett as Borg will make the catch. It was right to Borg out in right. And when he settled underneath it, as Hulett got back to the bag, he bluffed the tag. And of course, you don't want to make that third out at third base anyway, so he's still in score position regardless. And a base hit from Sunshine, and again, you're off with contact. You're probably going to score on a base hit at the outfield. Bluff the pickoff attempt over at second, and Hulett's back in there safely. Sunshine with an RBI single. He's 1 for 2 so far. First pitch is at the knees for strike 1, trying to get his 6th RBI in the last 2 games. And we're making a 9-0 advantage outside of hitting one over the fence. But if you can drive in that run, put the Eights up by 9. That one is at the knees and it's quickly 0-2 here to Sunshine. Number 6 man in the batting order. 5th man to come to the plate here in this inning. 1 run has scored so far and another runner on at second. Here's the 0-2 from Foss to Sunshine. Fouled away. We'll do it again here at 0-2. And Porter Hunsley has thrown well so far for the Eights. Just those 2 hits allowed. And the only 1 walk through 3 complete innings. That pitch will be upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. As we look at pitch count totals for both these teams, Hunsley's at 46. Foss will throw number 80 with a ground ball that'll be up the middle. That'll be underneath the glove of the second baseman into center field. Aviles will come up with it, but there's going to be no throw. Hulett will score on the 2-out error. And it's now a 9-0 lead for Post State here in the top of the 4th inning. Just under the glove of Waldo at second. So no RBI, though, for Sunshine. Another unearned run in the inning against Foss. Would have been an unearned run anyway, with there already being 2 outs. This will be over for strike 1. And Grayson Hunsley, who is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first and then flew out into center in the top of the third. Pitch number 82 here from Foss. That'll miss low, and the count's 1-1. And Porter Hunsley thrown 46 through 3 innings, which is a good mark to be at if you're trying to go the distance. And potentially you could maybe make this a shortened game, so you're not even worried about that as well with the pitch count. Climb the ladder, fouling this one away for Hunsley, and the count's now 1-2. One-two count here to Grayson Hunsley. The super senior will dig back in. He can drive a gap somewhere. He can make this a 10-0 ball game here in the 4th inning. 1-2. There's a ground ball, slow roller. Third baseman will have to charge. The throw to first will be missing the first baseman. And Hunsley will have to stay over at first. Sunshine will come all the way around from first to score on another error charge to the third baseman and Ladner. And a 10-0 lead now for the Eights. And Hunsley, who had slipped rounding the bag at first, I think he's okay. I don't think he realized how much time he had to potentially get over to second still. But now it's J.J. Buckles to the plate. So 10-0 lead. So the Eights do have that 10-0 advantage. They still got to get 6 more outs. They can add to their 10-0 lead, but they still have to get 6 more outs without a run scoring. Without any more run scoring, they can win by the 10-run rule. 1-0 pitch to Buckles. That will hit Buckles, and that will hit him on the right forearm. And so it's now first and second with 2 away. And Trevor Rounds to the plate, 8th man to come to the plate. Second time that Foss has hit a man. And so now it's Trevor Rounds. .85 pitches now for Foss as he is closing in on the end of his day. He's got 20 pitches remaining as the first pitch will miss for ball 1. Rounds is 1 for 2. He's singled with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's over for a strike, and he can add to this 10-0 lead. Been 3 errors in the inning by Aberdeen that have allowed this Eights team to score those 3 runs. That one will just miss. Counts now 2-1. Not sure if that maybe missed outside or I don't think it missed high. 2-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball right side that's off the glove and into the glove of Dudenhofer, and he will take it to the bag himself to retire the side and get out of the inning. But 3 runs score with just 1 hit in the inning. There are 3 errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is a 10-0 lead for Pierre over Aberdeen. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
Is your roof ready for the next South Dakota storm? Don't wait till it's too late. For over 25 years, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction has been serving Central South Dakota with quality roofing and construction. He has now added gutters. We offer dependable service, guaranteed workmanship, and no unnecessary flash or fuss. Just reliable protection for your home. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. Experience you can trust. Call today, 605-280-8133. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, serving Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station as we are into the bottom of the 4th inning and a 10-0 lead for the Eights. As Jordan Foss will be the first man to come to the plate. It is 4, 5, and 6. Foss, Lance Sifkin, and Jackson Ladner. Anybody reaches base, Grant Byer will come to the plate. And a 10-0 advantage here for the Eights in this first game of the doubleheader as the first pitch will miss high for ball 1. Porter Huntley under 50 pitches right now. This will be pitch number 48 for him. And this will be flown out to left field, down the left field line, and that will land fair ball all the way into the corner. Out to the 324 side, and it'll be a leadoff double for Foss. And the first extra base hit, just the 3rd hit of the ball game for Aberdeen. And a good start to the inning for the Smittys. As Lance Sifkin will come to the plate. Sifkin grounded out to the 3rd baseman, Grayson Hunsley, to lead off the top of the bottom of the 2nd inning. And so early trouble here in this bottom of the 4th. Although a 10-0 lead, there's plenty of room to work with. But if they do give up that run, the Eights will have to score a run the top of the 5th inning to try and close out a ball game in 5 innings. This will Mitch low, and the count's now 2-0. No strikeouts yet for Porter Hunsley. Just that one walk that he issued to Aviles with 2 outs at the bottom of the 3rd. And now he's down 3-0 in the count, though, to the catcher, Lance Sifkin. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That one will find the strike zone right down the middle for a 3-1 count. Again, if Hunsley can go the distance in this game, regardless if it's 5, 6, or have to go the distance of 7 innings, as this will be lined into center field. The rounds will be off of his glove. They will hold the runner at third, though. It will be a single. It bounced and went off the glove of Round. So first and third now with nobody out. And a real big opportunity here for Aberdeen to start cashing in some runs to try and get back into the ballgame. Now here's Jackson Ladner. So 2 hits in the first 3 innings and back-to-back hits now in the 4th. And they will have a courtesy runner for the catcher as Eisenbeis will work his way out and jog his way out to first. So here is Ladner, now a chance for an RBI. With nobody out, you can use a productive out. He's got 14 runs driven in so far. Runner takes off for second. The throw will go to second. The tag applied. They got him out at second. So Eisenbeis is thrown out trying to steal second for the first out. It was taken for ball 1. And so now there's just a runner on at third with 1 away. And Charlie Simpson has thrown out another runner as the 1-0 pitch will be upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. For Charlie Simpson, he has now thrown out his 3rd runner of the season. Nolan Peterson's thrown out 5, Sunshine's thrown out 2. This will be fouled out of play on the left side. It will still land in play, but it will be landing foul. The count's 2-1. But Fosu's over at third. He didn't break for home, so Scheffelbein easily caught it and had a quick tag to get Eisenbeis trying to steal second. That will miss, and the count's now 3-1. Good hitters count here for Ladner to try and get the first RBI of the ball game. A first run scored for Aberdeen. 3-1 pitch. That one's lined in the left field. That is down the line, but that will hook foul. And so now it's a full count to Ladner and a strikeout opportunity here for Hunsley. Be a big spot here to strike out Ladner. Keep this a 10-0 ball game. And get that guy retired at the plate. Here's the 3-2. There's a line shot, and that's going to be just past the glove of Dawson. Gets into left field. It'll be an RBI single for Ladner. As now the first run scores for Aberdeen and make it a 10-1 ball game. And Grant Byer to the plate. A leadoff double. Comes in to score on the base hit. 3rd hit of the inning. And the first 3 guys have come to the plate, although there is 1 out. And you can still get a ground ball to get out of this inning quickly. First pitch will miss low for ball 1 to Byer. Byer did ground down to the shortstop, Getz. Another ground ball to him would be nice for the 8s. That one will drop just below the zone, and the count goes to now 2-0. Number 7 man in the batting order. This will be popped up. Left side, Hunsley, does he have a play on it? Is he going to stay in play? Hunsley right near the fence and will make the catch. I was shielded to see if that was actually going to go out of play or not, but a great catch by Hunsley no matter what. Looking for the fence. He didn't have to feel for it yet, but he was head down, coming back up, put the head back down, continued to locate the ball, and was able to make that look easy, and that is all but easy on a play near the fence like that in foul territory. Now there's 2 down, and Klutuk to the plate, so that one will miss for ball 1. Blocking up with Simpson. Didn't know where it was at initially, but the runner stays put at first, and Ladner. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning in a 10-1 lead. This will bounce in. Runner will take off for a second. The throw to second. Getz trying to snap the tag down as the throw was a little bit high. And he tried to get that snap tag down and unable to as it counts 2-0. And the wild pitch will put a runner in score position here for Klutwick. 3 runs driven in so far in the season for him. And the lefty looking to get another RBI. That one's over for a strike. The count's 2-1. The Eights will have the top of the order in the top of the 5th inning. And right now will need at least 1 run to try and get back up by 10. This will be a line shot into right center field. Coming in is Rounds. He will field on a hop. The throw to the plate will be a seed right to Charlie Simpson, and the tag will be applied, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 4th inning. What a throw from Trevor Rounds, right on the money to Simpson, who is easily able to put the tag on Ladner to retire and get out with only 1 run allowed. So it ends up being 1 run on 4 hits in the inning. There were no errors and only 1 man left on base. And only 1 run scores. 10-1 our scores. We head to the 5th. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Whether you're a first-time buyer looking for a home of your own, or you have an eye on an investment property, First Fidelity Bank has the right mortgage for you. From a vacation home to building your dream house from the ground up. So stop by and get your mortgage loan from us. First Fidelity Bank. First-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
So Jared Klutwick will take over on the mound here for Aberdeen in the top of the 5th inning, and he will deal with the top of the order. And we'll see what all the defensive positionings, the changes that they have with the fact that Foss was in the batting order. So there's a potential that nobody came out of the batting order, nobody came off the field. And they just had straight defensive positioning changes. But at first, we'll tell you the full totals for Jordan Foss, who ended with 4 innings pitched, gave up the 9 hits, and then gave up 10 runs, 7 of them earned, 2 walks and no strikeouts, and 89 pitches for Foss. And again, we'll see if we can find all the defensive positioning changes. So Cogley is in. Cogley is in to play left, which would then put him in the spot for Foss. We'll give you the, now here for Klutwick, the 12 2/3 innings. All his now 7 appearances have been in relief. Given up 11 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, with 6 walks, 8 strikeouts, an ERA at 3.32 and a whip at 1.34. As Carter Shufflebein, the top of the order, will deal with the lefty as the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. So Cogley is going to be the new left fielder. Foss will move over to first, and Dutenhofer will come out of the game. So Cogley will go in the number 9 spot as that one's over for strike 1. And he would be the leadoff man in the bottom of the 5th inning. Everybody else will stay the same for Aberdeen. 1-1 pitch, that's over for a strike of the knees, and the count's now 1-2. One-two pitch to Shufflebein. That was a sharp ground ball, 1 hopper to the shortstop Byer. The throw to first will be in time. And Shufflebein is retired. He is now 1 for 4 in the ball game in his 4th trip to the plate as One down here at the top of the fifth, and it brings up Dawson Getz, who has been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. He walked in the first, double in the second, then reached an error in the fourth, and he has scored all 3 times as well. And see if he can make it 4 for 4 on getting on base and scoring, which would put the Eights back up by 10 if that happens. Here's another ground ball over the shortstop Byer. He will field it charging in the throw to first, and there's 2 quickly down here in the top of the 5th inning. And see if the Eights can do something with 2 outs now as Charlie Simpson to the plate. He is 3 for 3 with 3 singles. RBI single in the top of the first, and then he scored on the singles in the second and fourth when he didn't drive in a run. But he deals with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch to Simpson is down the middle for strike 1. 9-1-2 will be due up for Aberdeen in the bottom of the 5th inning. 0-1 pitch. That will be missing just outside, maybe a little low, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. The Eights are still looking to try and get 1 run back after they allowed that run in the bottom of the 4th to go back up by 10 and try and win it in the 5th. That one's upstairs, and the count's 2-1. 10 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Post 8, 1 run, 6 hits, and 3 errors for Aberdeen. 2-1 pitch, that'll miss inside. And now a 3-1 count here for Simpson. He's got a good pitch to try and drive it somewhere.
Go, Jared.
3-1 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4. And it is now a runner on at first here with 2 away in the top of the 5th inning. And we'll bring up Cooper Terwilliger. So Simpson stays perfect hitting-wise. He's 3 for 3, and 4th time he's been on base for Simpson, with Braden Hulett running for him another time. Hulett's had a great opportunity to run, and he's stolen 2 bases so far. He will try and steal here. First pitch is over for strike 1, and an easy stolen base for Hulett. The lefty can read other lefties like a book. He was off with that first movement, steals second. And so now an 0-1 count here with 2 outs to Cooper Terwilliger. A base hit can make this a 10-run ball game. A couple looks at Hulett over at second. The 0-1 pitch. That one will be lined into right field. That will be caught by the right fielder in Borg, and that will put an end to the top of the 5th inning. So unfortunately, no chance, no opportunity for the Eights to get that go-ahead run, or the 10 run in. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Still a 10-1 lead here for Pierre over Aberdeen. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Want technology solutions you can trust from a neighbor you know? Comtech, locally owned and serving Pierre and surrounding areas since 2009, is dedicated to keeping your home, farm, and business connected and secure. We offer a full range of services, from audio and video, security, surveillance, and networking, with expert installation and support. Visit our storefront, call us at 605-224-4066, or visit our website, comtechplus.com, to experience the Comtech difference. Comtech, your local technology experts.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
As we welcome you back, it is a 10-1 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. And it will be 9-1-2. Joe Cogley will lead things off, followed by Carson Borg and Jahil Avilas. As Cogley is to the plate for the first time, he took over in left field. He hits in Michael Dudenhofer's spot. Cogley is hitting .214 4 doubles, 3 triples, 15 runs driven in. As the first pitch will miss for ball 1 from Porter Hunsley, who is working into the bottom of the 5th, who will have to work into the 6th inning as well. Again, assuming that he can get through the 5th inning. It's never always a given at any point, regardless of how good or not you are as a pitcher. And Porter Hunsley is a very good pitcher, but it's not always a given that you can just get into the 6th inning. Pitch count-wise, he should be okay. This will be flown into right center field. That's going to be down for a base hit. It'll be a leadoff single for Cogley. And after 4 hits last inning, it'll be their 5th hit in the last 2 innings. And Carson Borg to the plate. They had 1 hit through the first 2. They've got now 6 in the last 2+ innings against Porter Hunsley, but they only have the 1 run. They had 4 hits last inning, but only 1 run, with 2 of those hits, 1 being retired on a caught stealing, and the other one being thrown out trying to score. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Borg, who's 1 for 2, pickoff attempt, and back in standing up without a tag. Over at first is Cogley. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Borg was a little bit tight and fits there, trying to get an opportunity to swing at that pitch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a line shot towards right field. Getting over to it is Sutton Sonnenschein to make his first grab of the evening. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th, and it will bring up the number 2 man in the batting order, and Jahil Vilas. So Vilas, who is 1 for 1, he singled in the bottom of the 1st, then he walked. But he's been stranded over at first base both times he's been on, as the first pitch is over for strike 1. Hunsley will come set from the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch, reaching for it, lining into center field, diving for it is Rouse, and he comes away with it. An incredible grab by Trevor Rouse out in center, and there's 2 down. Looked like he was almost about to fall, lose his balance, and dove forward. Thankfully, he's okay, because the way that he was diving was a little bit dangerous, too. The way his wrist almost turned back, but he makes an incredible diving catch, and there's now 2 down. And the very next pitch is popped up, and a lot easier for Carter Shufflebein, the second baseman, to make the catch and retire the side here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the 6th, 10-1 lead for the 8s over Aberdeen. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 6th. 10-1 is our score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. It will be Rich Leinbach, Sutton Sonnenschein, and Grayson Hunsley. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 here for the 8s as they will try and get another run on the board to go back up by 10. They led 10-0 before the first run scored in the bottom of the 4th inning. They did not score in the 5th. And if they were able to get a run in that 5th inning, they would have an opportunity to would have won the ball game had they got that run, because they got the 0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. But now here they are trying to get another run and get back up by 10, maybe get 1 inning short of that 7-inning ball game. As Cooper make that Rich Leinbach steps in for the first pitch, missing for ball one. Leinbach is 1 for 3, an RBI single back at the top of the first inning. The Eights open up with a 5-0 lead in that first inning. As Leinbach will rip that down the left field line. That will stay fair. That will get over the head of the left fielder and all the way to the wall. Leinbach will pull up with a leadoff double, and the Eights are in business here at the top of the 6th to get back up by 10. And Sutton Sunshine to the plate, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI single.
Sutton Sunshine.
Leinbach now 2 for 4 in the ball game. There is some activity out in the right field bullpen. Porter Hunsley, and with no games until next Tuesday, Hunsley could go the distance of 105 pitches, because it doesn't matter if you don't have to try and keep him under 80 with no games to be played until, again, next week, Tuesday. Here's a ground ball left side. This will be fielded to throw to third. Leinbach will be tagged, and they got him out at third base. And after the leadoff double, Leinbach was thrown out. And there's now one down here in the top of the 6th inning. And it's now Grayson Hunsley. So fielder's choice goes 6-5, and Leinbach should have probably stayed at second. He hesitated just a moment. He almost beat the throw, or beat the tag. It was a close play over at third. That first pitch will miss for ball one to Grayson Hunsley. Instead of having that runner in scoring position with 1 out, so now they have a runner on at first in Sutton Sunshine. Here's the 1 out. That'll miss. And the count's now 2-0 here to Grayson Hunsley. Porter Hunsley has thrown 73 pitches. So he's still got another 32 remaining over the next 2 innings. But again, there is some activity warming up in the right field bullpen. Maybe Carter Schuffelbein might be the guy warming up. Here's the 3-0 to Hunsley. That will be a 4-pitch walk, and it's now first and second with 1 away. And we'll bring up J.J. Buckles.
Bring up the first baseman, number 23, J.J. Buckles.
Buckles, he is so far 0 for 1 with an RBI ground out. He walked and was hit by a pitch the last 2 times he's come to the plate. As he has an opportunity to try and make this a 10-run ball game. First pitch is over for strike 1 to J.J. Buckles. Trying to see who that might be over out in right field. And it will be a balk called against Klutwig to make it second and third. And so now a big opportunity here for Buckles to try and drive in and maybe give it a little insurance run as well. If Hudson Schaefer is the one warming up. No, Parker O'Brien is warming up out in the right field bullpen for post 8. Buckles will fly this out towards shallow right field. Are they going to test the arm? The catch is made. Sunshine will try and score. The throw to the plate is on a hop. The slide in. He is out, and that will retire the inning. A great throw from the right fielder Borg on a 1-hop right in front of the plate to Sifkin to put the tag down on Sunshine, and it ends the inning here in the top of the 6th. So no runs in the inning on 1 hit. There are no errors and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th, a 10-1 lead for Pierre over Aberdeen. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Schuffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
It is the varsity debut on the mound of either spring or summer baseball for Parker O'Brien. He did not throw this spring and has not thrown this summer. As Parker O'Brien will come to the mound. And so we have 0 stats to tell you about. He will be making his debut. And we can tell you, though, for Porter Hunsley, went 5 innings, giving up 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned with a walk and no strikeouts for Porter Hunsley, but a good job throwing 73 pitches in those 5 innings. And O'Brien will be tasked at least for the 6th, but we know we are playing the 7th inning. Outside of, again, it would have to be a lot of runs scored for Aberdeen to end this game in 6 innings, as they trail by 9 right now. But O'Brien's got a lot of wiggle room, a lot of room for error, and just want to throw strikes, as he will be on the mound for the first time between the spring and summer. And Jordan Foss, who is now the first baseman, will lead things off. 4, 5, and 6 for Aberdeen for the Smittys here in the bottom of the 6th. Charlie Simpson talking with O'Brien, making sure that their signs are correct. Foss, who is 1 for 2, led off the 4th with a double. He's the only run scored so far for Aberdeen through the first 5 innings. Here's the first pitch from O'Brien. First pitch swinging, popped up in foul territory. That will find its way out of play. Behind the bleachers here to our left, and there's 1 strike. So O'Brien in, no change to the batting order, as Hunsley was being hit for anyway. As the count is now 1-1 here from Parker O'Brien. That pitch will get to the backstop as well, and the count's 2-1 here to Foss. And Parker O'Brien did not throw last year as well. He had just very few at-bats. He ended up being injured for the majority of the spring and all of the summer. Here's the 2-1. There's a ground ball over to Hunsley at third. He will field his throw to first, and the leadoff man retired to kick off the bottom of the 6th inning. And that will bring up Lance Sifkin, followed by Jackson Ladner. Sifkin 1 for 2. He singled in the 4th inning. And for Aberdeen, that was the 4th inning was their best potential of an inning. They had 4 hits. They had only 5 guys come to the plate, and they had 4 hits. Then a man thrown out trying to steal second, and another one thrown out trying to score. Sifkin was that guy trying to score. Here's the first pitch. It'll miss outside for ball 1. They will send Hudson Schaefer, it looks like, down to warm up in the right field bullpen. Looks like maybe he will get the 7th inning. This will be flown out into left field. Linebach going back out towards the wall, over the shoulder, but just can't make the catch. And it will be a double for Sifkin. Linebach nearly had that over the shoulder catch. It hit him either in the glove or on the arm. But it turns into a double for Sifkin. Second double of the ball game for Aberdeen. And a runner on at second here with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. And though Jackson Ladner, Eisenbeis will go on and run for Sifkin. Ladner, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI single, drove in the only run so far for Aberdeen. Got a chance to add on to his RBI total. First pitch will miss low and away for ball 1. Ladner with his 15th run driven in. That is 1 shy of the team lead with Waldo. Cogley, who's got 15 RBIs, now tied with him. Here's a line shot. That's off the glove of Hunsley. He'll pick it up and throw to first. He will still get the man. No, they're going to say he's safe at first. Looked like they still got him down the line at first base, but the umpire says he's safe. And it's now first and second with one out.
To bring up shortstop number 5, Grant Fire.
And they will reward a hit to Ladner to make it first and second here with one away. That was a hard line drive there by Ladner. Now here is Byer that will pop this one up. Shallow, left center field, long run. Leinbach will come in to make the catch, and there's now 2 down. A long run for Leinbach to come all the way in, and a good talk there from the left fielder, calling off his shortstop, and Dawson Getz to make the catch for the second out. And now it's Klutwick to the plate, who is 1 for 2. He's singled. This is the pitcher now for Aberdeen. One for 2 with a single. He had potentially driven in another run, but he was thrown out from Rounds in center. And he will be hit by the pitch to load the bases here with 2 outs. And now it's Joe Cogley. And so Cogley, who is 1 for 1, he's singled the lead off the 5th before 3 straight were retired. Strain him over at first. He's got a couple RBI opportunity here, hitting with the bases loaded with 2 outs. First pitch is down the middle for strike 1. Couldn't pull the trigger, was Cogley. Looking to, he could take over the team lead in RBIs with a base hit. If he gets 2 here, he would take over the team lead. 0-1 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. And Hudson Schaefer is warming up in the right field bullpen. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll bounce in. Good block there by Simpson. And the count's now 2-1. I assume that Schaefer would come in for the 7th inning, finish out the ball game. A low pressure situation. Would assume that O'Brien can get out of this with limited damage, if any at all. He hasn't given up anything yet. That one just misses. And the count's now 3-1. So now good hitters counting here for the number 9 man. 3-1 pitch. That'll be fouled out of play, so we now have a full count with 2 outs, and everybody will get a head start on the base paths. With the bases loaded here and 2 away. Chance to try and get out of this with no damage. 3-2 pitch here. And a ground ball that'll be up the middle. That's going to be through for a base hit. 2 runs will come in to score. Rounds will bobble. And he will throw it in, but it will be a 2 RBI single to make it a 10-3 ball game as Cogley drives in the 2 runs. And there's still runners at the corners here with 2 away.
RBI single by Cogley brings up all the right fielder, number 11, Carson Borg.
With the bases loaded, or with a 3-2 count, everybody getting a head start. That was anything through the infield for sure was going to score 2 runs. So Cogley gets RBI 16 and 17, and now Carson Borg to the plate. He's the 7th man to come to the plate here in the 6th inning. Still a 7-run lead here for the Aids in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss by Borg for strike 1. Top of the 7th, the Aids will have 9-1-2. Which will be Rounds, Shufflebine, and Getz. Here's the 0-1. That'll miss outside. Been 2 hits, a hit by pitch, and then a single. They've scored the 2 runs right now for Aberdeen. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. And Borg was behind on the fastball by O'Brien, and we'll see if maybe one more fastball to come here from Parker O'Brien. Runners at first and third here with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Looped by him again. There's the first strikeout of the ball game for either team in this game. There are no strikeouts between any of the 4 pitchers until O'Brien struck him out. 2-run score, though, on 3 hits in the inning. No errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the 7th. Post State enjoying a 10-3 lead over Aberdeen. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. It is the top of the 7th inning, and Post State with a 10-3 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. It is Trevor Rounds, Carter Shufflebine, and Dawson Getz. Anybody reaching base, it'll then go to Charlie Simpson. As the 8s, again, Hudson Schaefer is warming up. He's back in the dugout now, looking like that he would most likely be the guy to throw in the bottom of the 7th inning. And with a 7-run advantage, you'll have plenty of room to work with to finish out and get through this 7th inning and get to game number 2. First pitch will miss for ball 1. It was a 10-0 lead heading into the bottom of the 4th inning for the 8s. Went to 10-1 and stayed that way through the 5th and 6th inning. Here's a ground ball left side. That'll be off the glove of the shortstop. It'll be a leadoff error. And the 4th error of the ball game for Aberdeen. And we will actually have someone hitting in place. It'll be Hudson Stosher hitting in place of Carter Shufflebine.
Is number 16, Hudson Stosher.
So after Shufflebine led off the ball game with a single, he goes 1 for 4 in game 1, and now Hudson Stosher to the plate. First pitch will bounce in. It went off the umpire as well, so it stayed in front of the catcher and Sifkin, keeping Rounds over at first base. Hudson Stosher, .333 batting average, 7 of 21 so far, 2 doubles, 5 runs driven in. Here for Stosher. 1-0 pitch, that'll be flown out of play. And the count's 1-1 here to Stosher. Dawson Getz, Charlie Simpson will be the next 2 guys to hit. We'll have a quick post-game show of Game 1. We'll hear from News Director Zach Nelson, his 5 o'clock news, which will most likely then be in the 6 o'clock hour, as that one's over for a strike, and the count's 1-2. And then we'll start to get you set for Game 2 between Post State and Aberdeen. By the way, we got 5 baseball games on the air for you, 5 Major League Baseball games on the air for you, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on KCCR. As that pitch will miss for a ball, and the count's 2-2. We'll have a doubleheader Friday, or more of a split doubleheader on Friday. 1 game on Saturday, and then 2 Sunday night baseball games for you. Being the 4th of July weekend, this will be fouled into play by Stosher, staying alive. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It will be the Yankees and Mets, followed by the Rangers and Padres on Friday. We'll have the Yankees and Mets again on Saturday, and then we'll have the Cardinals, Cubs, first Sunday night baseball game. That one just missing outside. The count's now full. And then we'll close the weekend with the Rangers and Padres. So we'll have 2 of the 3 games for both the Yankees-Mets and Rangers-Padres series. We'll have the finale between the Cardinals and Cubs as well on Sunday. 3-2 pitch. Stosur might have went after ball 4, but he does foul it away to stay alive with a full count. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Trevor Rounds leads away from first after reaching on a leadoff error. The 4th error of the ball game for Aberdeen. 3-2 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4. The first 2 have reached base. With a 10-3 lead, the Eights are looking to add to it. And it will extend over to Dawson Getz. Also have the Home Run Derby the following Monday on July 14th. The All-Star Game will be able to join that in progress. Be more 2/3 through the ball game by the time that we'll get to it, because we have Pierre and Bismarck Tuesday nights or Tuesday evening in Pierre on the All-Star Day. As it counts 0-1 here to Dawson Getz. It was 1 for 4 in the ball game, but had been on base. Make that 1 for 3 in the ball game, but had been on base 3 times. Here's a ground ball. The second baseman bobbled by Waldo. The throw to first will not be in time, and it will be another error for Aberdeen, the 5th one. And the bases are now loaded here with nobody out in the top of the 7th. Second time that Getz has reached on an error. He's now 1 for 4. And now it's Charlie Simpson. Simpson is 3 for 3. 3 singles and a walk. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss low and away for ball 1. Rounds is on at third, Stosur at second, and Getz at first. Simpson takes that one at the top of the zone for a strike. The count's 1-1. RBI single in the first for Simpson. He singled in the second and in the fourth before walking in the 5th. And then he'll ground this one up the middle, backhanded at second, flip to second for 1. They will hold and call that runner out at second after it was bobbled by the shortstop Byer, but that was on the transfer. So Simpson does not get a base hit for the first time, but he does drive in a run, gets another RBI to make it now 11-3 on the fielder's choice, and it's Cooper Twilliger to the plate. Two RBI day for Simpson. Now here's Twilliger with 2 RBIs as well, but he is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Had a sac fly RBI after having a fielder's choice in the first. He came around to score. He had a sac fly RBI in the second, grounded out with an RBI in the 4th, and then he flew out to right in the 5th. Here's the first pitch instead, stepping off and making sure that Hulett, who is running for Simpson, who is trying to get his 4th steal of the ball game. And he takes off again. The throw to second, another stolen base for Hulett. It was taken for a strike. It is now second and third. 4 steals for Braden Hulett, courtesy running for Charlie Simpson. He runs track for Dakota State. As this will be down the right field line and foul. Is one of the 3 super seniors for Post State. It counts 0-2 here to Twilliger. So he's gotten the speed already in the quick sprint, a little less than 90 feet with the leadoff. Hard to throw him out trying to steal second. Here's a fly ball towards right center field. That is down to the gap, and that will score a couple of runs. Hulett got a little bit late going off the way the ball fell, and then the throw to the plate. He's still going to slide in safely, and then the throw is going to get all the way to the backstop. So Twilliger will end up at third as he gets a double, and he gets a 2 RBI double, and a throwing error will move him over to third base. And it's a 10-run lead here again for the Eights, but in the 7th inning doesn't really matter at this point. And Just got to make sure they get 3 outs at the bottom of the 7th. But a 2 RBI double for Terwilliger. 4 runs driven in this ball game. The throwing air charge of the second baseman in Waldo. And now here is Rich Leimbach. Here's a ground ball that'll be fielded by the third baseman. They'll concede the run. The throw to first will get Leimbach, but an RBI ground out to make it a 14-3 ball game now with 2 outs. And it will bring up Sun and Shine with nobody on base. Make that Will Danberg, who will hit for Sun and Shine. There we go. Will Danberg. After Sun and Shine goes 1 for 4, he had an RBI single. He also reached on an air. This will be off of Danberg. Landed it was in fair territory, but it went off of Danberg for strike 1. Will Danberg is hitting at 91 right now, 091, just that 1 hit, but it was a triple. He's 1 for 11 with 2 runs driven in. Primarily used as 1A, 1B with Ridge Leimbach. Let's say 1A, 1B, and 1C with J.J. Buckles in there as well. Those 3 guys have been interchangeable as the aces of the staff. As here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball left side, fielded by the shortstop and Byer. His throw to first will retire Danberg and retire the side here at the top of the 7th. But it is another 4 runs that will score in the inning for Post State as they get just 1 hit. And there were 3 errors in total in the inning for Aberdeen and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. The A's 3 outs away from getting through game number 1. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Swing for the fences with a great deal from Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Whether you need a powerful truck, a fuel-efficient sedan, or a spacious SUV, they've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road and in the game. Don't strike out. Stop by today or visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, where the best deals in town are always in play.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
It is the bottom of the 7th and a 14-3 lead in game 1 for Post State on American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. It'll be Jahil Vilas, Ridley Waldo, and Jordan Foss, 2, 3, and 4 here for Aberdeen. Parker O'Brien stays out for his second inning of work and trying to close this one out to pick up a game 1 win over the Smittys. First pitch will be outside for ball 1. Aviles is 1 for 2 so far, singled in the first, walked in the third, and then flew out to center in the 5th. And he'll ground this one over to Hudson Stosher at second, who will stay down on it. Throw to first. The leadoff man is retired to kick off the bottom of the 7th. Stosher stays in the ballgame over at second. Danberg will stay in the ballgame over in right. And that's the only changes, I believe, that there is for the Eights. They're the only 2 pinch hitters that happened in that inning as the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Ridley Waldo. Just 1 strikeout combined between these 2 teams, and it was O'Brien striking out Borg to end the bottom of the 6th inning. That pitch will bounce in, and the count's 1-1. He either walked or put the ball in play. I guess he got hit by a pitch, but everybody that was retired put the ball in play, other than Carson Borg. 1-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's 2-1. We still close in on the 2-hour mark of this ball game. In 14-3 lead for Post State over Aberdeen. 2-1 pitch. There's a line shot into left field over the outstretched glove of Grayson Hunsley, and it'll be a one-out single for Waldo. His first hit, he's 1 for 4. And now it's going to be Foss. So Foss, who is 1 for 3, he doubled the lead off the 4th. At the time, he was the only run that scored until 2 runs scored in the bottom of the 6th inning. But otherwise, he has grounded out to the third baseman Hunsley the other 2 times. O'Brien delivers the first pitch. That'll miss low for ball 1. See who the game 2 starter is for Post State. Could be Braden Hulett. There's numerous guys that it could be. Here's a ground ball that is foul over to the third base side. And the count is now a ball and a strike. You know, Hudson Schaefer was warming up. Maybe he has not started a game for Post State. That one will miss, and the count's 2-1. Well, he did start. He has thrown in 2 games. He did start 1 game against, I believe it was Post 22 18U team. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That'll miss low and away, and the count's 3-1. But again, there's numerous guys, especially the bench right now, that it could be. It just can't be Porter Hunsley, J.J. Buckholz, or Will Danberg. Anybody else is available to throw again, which would have been Dawson Getz, the only other guy. Counts 3-2 now to Foss. Ground ball can end the ball game, too, with 1 out. Runner on at first. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Second strikeout for O'Brien. 2 down now here in the bottom of the 7th. And it will bring up Lance Sifkin. He's 2 for 3. Singled in the 4th inning and then doubled in the 6th. His spot came around to score to make it a 10-2 ball game at the time. Looks like Braden Hulette's going to be the guy that's going to be the starter in game 2. He's walking his way down to the right field bullpen. And I would assume that that is not so much about, with him being the only one going, it's not for Parker O'Brien. It's going to be get ready for game number 2. 1-0 pitch. That'll be grounded to Getz over at short. He will flip to Stosher at second, and that will end the ball game. And roll 8's a 14-3 win for Post State in game 1 of our doubleheader. On 6-4 on the ground outs, no runs, a hits, no errors, and a man left on base. 14-3 our final. We'll come back and give you the totals in 2 minutes. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
We welcome you back. It is a final in Game 1 as Post States will win at 14-3 over the Aberdeen Smittys as they scored 5 times in the first inning, had a 7-0 lead after 2, had another 3 runs in the fourth, and made it 10-1 after 4 innings. They did not score again until the 7th when they were up 10-3, made it 14-3 as they get 14 runs on 11 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on base. 3 runs, 11 hits, 6 errors, and 8 men left on base for Aberdeen. Porter Hunsley will get the win on the mound. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 11, make that to 1 earned run as he gave up 1 walk, no strikeouts. Parker O'Brien had the other 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Jordan Foss gave up 9 hits in 4 innings, 10 runs, 7 of those 10 were earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Jared Klutwick was 3 innings, 2 hits, 4 runs, but none of them were earned, 3 walks and no strikeouts. The only guy to get a strikeout was Parker O'Brien at the end of the 6th and got the second out in the 7th. The only 2 strikeouts in the entire ball game from either side came from Parker O'Brien in the 6th and 7th inning. 4 RBIs in the ball game for Cooper Twilliger. It was also an RBI for Charlie Simpson. Ridge Linebach had an RBI along with a double. Sutton Sunshine had an RBI. J.J. Buckles with an RBI, as the Eights are able to get 14 runs on Aberdeen, as they have now scored 34 runs in their last 3 games, scoring 10 in each of the 2 games yesterday, and now another 14 here in game number 2, or game 1, as they will try and get our second game, and the Eights will try and score 10-plus runs again and try and get a doubleheader sweep of Aberdeen, as the Eights have won 3 in a row this week, and we'll be looking for a opportunity for a sweep of the week and 2 doubleheader sweeps to head into the 4th of July weekend. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Time of the ball game was 1 hour and 54 minutes, and we will get started with Game 2 somewhere around a little before 6:30 for our second ball game as we get into the evening hours here in Aberdeen at Fossum Field. We will step aside if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We will end the live video, and then we will come back with our second game broadcast here in just a little while. But we'll hear back at the station. We'll hear back from News Director Zach Nelson. His 5 o'clock news will be coming up here shortly here in the 6 o'clock hour as the Eights take Game 1 over the Aberdeen Smittys. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, we will end the live video. We'll come back with a Game 2 video here in just a little bit as the Eights will take on Aberdeen in our second game of the doubleheader. Back in a couple minutes here for our 5 o'clock news. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR in